Right, so thank you for clicking on this video, and I would just like to say this would be about sleep, as the title suggests. And yeah, before we jump right in, I would just like to say, if you do think that this content will be interesting to you, then please make sure to like, subscribe, and once you finish with this one, check out all the other videos on my channel, as they're also related to biology, health, and a load of other interesting topics that you'll probably find interesting if you decided to click on this video. So, without further ado, let's begin into what sleep is, and also its benefits and how these benefits happen. So, sleep is split deeply into 4 stages, but basically there are kind of 2 stages. NREM, which is non-rapid eye movement, which are the first 3, and then a rapid eye movement, which is the last one. Are we talking more at the end about like what timings each of these stages are in and how many times these stages happen in a night? So yeah, stay tuned until the end. So at the beginning you've got the first stage, which is called NREM 1, non-rapid eye movement 1. Here you've got light sleep. It's between 1 to 5 minutes in the sleep cycle, which is about 5% of your sleep cycle. And then you've got alpha waves, transition, which is like what you've got when you're awake, towards theta waves, which are a lower frequency brain waves. Your muscles start to relax, your heart rate slows, and your body temperature does start to drop. The main focus, I've highlighted the purpose of each step in orange so you can clearly see. The purpose of this step in the sleep cycle is to transition you from being awake towards being asleep. So then you've got stage 2, so you've been transitioned into stage 2, which is NREM 2. This is between 10 to 25 minutes of the sleep cycle, which is between 45 and 55% of the cycle. And this has light sleep, but it is slightly deeper than light sleep. The theta waves that were started in the first step do continue, and sleep spindles, which are these little bursts of brain activity which are associated with memory consolidation, they increase, so you've got more of them. And you've also got K complexes form, which makes it so that it's harder to wake you up. The muscles further relax, and the heart rate and breathing slow to a lower level. And this stage is important for memory consolidation and to prep for deep sleep, and I will talk about memory consolidation more, but it's basically where your memory gets moved from your working memory to your long-term memory so that it can be used again in the future. So now we move on to the final non-rapid eye movement stage, where we've got NREM 3. This is the deepest stage of sleep altogether. It's about 20 to 40 minutes. You've got deep, slow waves. The theta waves dominate your brain, and your muscles are fully relaxed. This is the most relaxed that they're going to get. Blood pressure drops significantly. Breathing is at its lowest rate during all of your sleep. Growth hormone is released, which is associated with tissue growth and repair, so you'll need that. I'll talk about more at the end to do with the benefits, and stick around. And also immune system, and I will talk about that as the benefits as well. And the focus of this stage is physical restoration, memory, and the immune system, which are all extremely important. So, REM sleep, you've probably heard of this. The most. It's probably the most talked about stage of sleep. This is when all your dreams happen, as I will explain in a second. So you've got fast mixed frequency waves, similar to when you're awake actually. And these happen in the hippocampus and the amygdala, which are associated with emotional stuff and memories. So yeah, the eyes move rapidly, and then there are vivid dreams. I'll probably do a video on why we actually dream and how we actually dream, because this barely scratches the surface in terms of how we actually dream. This video is about sleep, not dreaming, and I know they're kind of related. But this doesn't account for that much of actual sleep, as I'll explain in a bit. And then you got the emotional The purpose of this REM sleep is emotional regulation, memory, and creativity and problem solving, which is all very important. So, this REM sleep, I'd say it starts at beginning it's about like 10 minutes, but as the cycles progress, it gets longer and longer and longer. So, let's talk about the cycles. So in sleep cycles, you're going to have roughly, I'd say 4 to 6 cycles per night, and each cycle is going to be roughly 90 to 110 minutes long. And as the cycles progress, you're going to have less time in REM3, deepest sleep, and you're going to have more time in REM sleep, and vice versa, because at the beginning you're not going to have that much time in REM, and at the beginning you're going to have a lot of time in REM, but as the night progresses, it's going to move from restoring your body, as I will talk about in a second, to restoring your mind, which is why if you cut your sleep off early, let's say you get 4 hours, which I highly recommend you don't do, but if you get 4 hours, then you're gonna have a repaired body, but you're not gonna have a repaired mind, which can cause mental decline and other factors. So, what are the benefits of sleep? Well, if we have a look at what we've got into orange, then we've got memory consolidation, we've got physical restoration, we've got memory, we've got the immune system, we've got emotional regulation, memories, again, memory comes up quite a lot here, it's very important, creativity and problem solving, the growth hormone, immune system, and tissue repair. So yeah, a whole host of interesting things that are very important for your body. I'm not going to explain what each of them does in a lot of detail, that will probably be for another video, but all of those things are extremely important in terms of living, because you obviously want your mind and your body to be its top function if you want to survive. It's obviously evolutionarily been adapted this way so that we have a time to rest, and also your blood pressure and your heart pressure will decrease, which means that your heart isn't constantly pumping, because if you stay awake for too long, then your heart will probably just give up and you'll have a heart attack. So you don't want to put too much strain on your heart, so it's important to let your whole body relax, so you can give your body a rest before your body gives up on you, basically. So yeah, that is important, and also sleep is important because you've got the growth hormone, and if you're like 20 or like 30, then you're not going to care, but what incentivizes me to do a lot of sleep is height, because you don't want to be short, and if you only have like a few hours of sleep a night, then you're not going to grow that much. So like if I was to I'm leaning here to talk about the sleep, but because of sleep I can do this, and it's like, isn't that cool? So you want to get a lot of sleep, and obviously it's genetic as well, but you want to get a fair amount of sleep so you can achieve your maximum potential, not only in terms of muscles but also in terms of height and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would recommend for between 7 and 9 hours. 7 is like really scratching the bottom in terms of like not enough sleep. I'd say 8 hours is good, but the chances of you getting 8 hours are extremely low, because let's say you've like eaten a little bit before sleep and you've watched a little bit of TV, and you're going to need to get up in the toilet in the middle of the night, and there's like loud noises coming from outside, and that sleep quality isn't going to be very good. So the more the merrier in terms of sleep, really, as long as you're not neglecting basic bodily functions like going outside or like waking up to go to school or something like that. But as long as you're not like negating any, I'd say like maximum, I'm very guilty of doing more than this, but I'd say maximum 10 hours a night. I'd say that's reasonable, but minimum 6. You do not want to be going that much further than 6. 6 is like you've got a homework assignment due for the next day and you have to stay up to do it, otherwise you'll get a detention, that kind of stuff. But you really don't want to be dipping towards 6. And I don't know the downsides of going more than 10. It must be something bad, probably like muscle atrophy if you don't like exercise or anything like that. But I do know the downsides of going less than 6, and that is not having any of these benefits. I'd rather have too much benefits than not enough benefits, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, that has been a bit of a ramble towards the end. But hopefully that ramble has been interesting to you, and if it has been interesting to you, then please make sure to like, subscribe, check out all the videos on my channel, comment if I've got anything wrong. This is a very simplified version of sleep, and I'll probably be doing more videos about sleep in the future. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.